Alright guys, I woke up a little while ago and my hair is all over the place, but I don't care. I'm bored as hell, so I'm going to make a trimming maintenance video. Most of this is going to be the same for pretty much all the Intimidators. I don't really know much about the Gen 5s, like the Vice and the Protege, but this is pretty much all the older Timmies up to the Gen 4 is what I'm going to say, because I don't know anything else. This is my Timmy. It's pretty nice. Alright, I'm going to start off with, I got a paper towel, just got my phone, some hater holding it down. Alright, what I'm going to do, I pop the bolt out. You don't really need to do anything with the bolt. Wipe it off. Make sure there's no broken paint on it, no shell on it, no grease on it or anything. Take and, kind of ball up the end like this. Wipe it out inside there. Make sure it's all clean inside there. But pretty much maintenance on the bolt is very limited. Now, take out the ram. This ram cap. I have an adjustable ram cap. You see? On this, there's one O-ring. You don't need to put any lubrication on there. It doesn't move or anything, but I put it on there because I don't have a parts kit right now, and I want to keep all my O-rings in the best condition possible. So, just take and tap out the ram. If it doesn't want to come out, you can. Alright, I'll show you. If it doesn't want to come out, you can take it. If it's stuck in just a little bit, like stuck on the threads or something, you take your bolt. Take your bolt, click it down in front of where it normally catches. You take and you just slam it out like that, and then it should pop right out. But mine, I just tap out, comes out. So for the ram, you see there's two O-rings. Pretty simple. You just clean them off, make sure there's nothing on there. Clean off the entire ram because it gets grease on it. One thing I recommend doing is I saw this in a different Timmy maintenance video, taking your macro line, breaking a Q-tip or something in half, and if you have this not very high flow macro line, not very high flow macro line, the Q-tips fit right inside there perfectly, and you can Q-tip out all the lower tube, Q-tip it out from the top, from the back, and it works. I did it last night and cleaned it all up pretty well. But back to the ram. You just wipe it off, make sure everything's clean, make sure this little tip in the back is not dinged up, make sure it's all clean. Some rams have bumpers on the back. You just replace the bumper every once in a while. So you just clean that all up, make sure there's nothing on it. Take some grease, not oil, grease, and you take just a little bit, not too much. It doesn't need a lot, but it needs enough. You want enough to be on there that it doesn't slide back and forth too easy and slide inside, but you want enough so that it holds the seal. What I do is I have a hater, and I just dunk it in while spinning it a little bit. Seems to work well for me. I'm putting quite a bit on here because I live in Maine and I'm not really sure how this stuff works so far. I haven't used the hater yet. And take this. There's a little O-ring on here. Sometimes they have rubber bumpers on here. You just put a little bit of grease on it, not too much. There's a little O-ring on here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to really clean it off and re-grease it because it doesn't move or anything. But I just make sure there's a little bit of grease on there, just so it always holds a good seal. So screw that back on. Wipe off this cap. Make sure that there's no grease on it. The high pressure regulator is pretty simple. You just unscrew this bottom piece, and you see there's the thing there. Take some needle nose pliers. Actually, you might be able to just tap this out. Yep, see? Tap it out, you just grab a hold of it. Take the this out. Clean it up a little bit. Make sure there's no old grease on it. You do the same thing. Dunk it in just a little. There's normally a crack between the O-ring and the actual aluminum. You want to just pretty much fill that crack. So there's not much in here. There's just the little washer and there's a spring. They don't matter. Just make sure the washer goes. Just make sure the washer goes first, then the spring. You take this big end down, slide it in there. When you slide it in, there will be a little bit around the rim right here. I just take it off with my finger, run around this O-ring on the outside. You screw it back in. Very simple. The LPR is pretty much the same. See if I can get it undone. Yeah. Take the LPR, the front LPR cap off. You can't really see it because I'm wearing a black jersey, but you see there's that there, and this is the LPR cap. There's pretty much the same thing in here. There's the little washer and the spring, and then you take some needle nose pliers, pull out the little piston. You want to be careful with this piston because it's Delrin. It has 2 O-rings on it. What do I have for time? It has 2 O-rings on it. Delrin. So it's not very hard. You want to just be careful with it. I'm assuming these are relatively cheap, so you don't have to be like too careful. But if you don't have an extra, definitely be careful with it, like I am. So take it down there. Keep in mind that you're trying to grease up 2 O-rings right here. Some people have said to use oil on this, but doesn't really matter, I guess. I'm just gonna go by what I think. What worked best with my old Timmy. Grease did. So just put your spring and your washer back in. Take your cap, the adjustment screw, screw it back in there. So that's pretty much basic maintenance. You can get into the valve and the cup seal, but you don't really need to. As long as you keep your regulators lubed, your valve and cup seal and everything should be pretty well lubed, because the lube is just going to cycle through the system and get it onto your cup seal and stuff. So that's pretty much maintenance on a Timmy. It's very simple. It doesn't need to be done very often. Every couple cases probably. So, thanks for watching.